For today's stream slash video, if I kind of convert this into an edited video, is we're going to be playing as Saruman the White. We're going to be building up the Industry of Isengard. We're going to be moving over to Dunland, trying to kind of vassalize that all as quickly as possible. The sooner it is under our influence, the sooner we'll be able to progress. On top of that as well, until we get access to the more powerful units in the men-at-arms kind of system, we're going to be relying on a lot of the Dunland horses. There are no wargs in Dawnless Days yet, which really hurts us. They're actually coming in like the next update, I think, which is super exciting for factions like Saruman. But for now, we're going to have to rely on the Dunland cavalry, which is decent enough. It's not going to be able to defeat Theoden and Rohan, but still going to be very, very useful nonetheless. So yeah, utilizing them to our advantage, going to be good. Using the Uruk-hai, of course, as we get more and more of them, we're going to get a much better army. Hopefully, conquer Gondor, take the ring from Sauron, and basically proclaim ourselves the Light Lord of Middle-earth. Basically, you're playing Crusader Wars. It's a mod that goes ahead and combines the CK3 campaign, and then whenever you get into a battle in CK3, it lets you go ahead and export the battle to Total War Atilla. It's really seamlessly. It does it automatically. You won't even notice it really, and then you get to fight the battle out with the units you have in CK3. They'll be translated into the Attila Dawnless Days units, which is the Lord of the Rings mod for Attila. You'll fight the battle out. The program will then take the battle results from Attila, import them back into CK3, and you'll get that result that happened in the battle. It's basically all really good. Okay, cool. Let's dive in then. Let's play as Saruman the White. There is actually a really interesting thing as well. What you can do with Saruman as well is you can actually go like a stay good, but we are going to be going evil. That is for sure. I want to claim the One Ring for myself, betray Sauron, and go from there. But yeah, I think we've set everything up now. So we've gone and got our traditions, which is really good. So our legacies, we've gone ahead and grabbed Faithful Magister, going to give us some good control over the regions, help us kind of bring everything to heel, and also give you better public opinion, and also trusted knowledge, 20% development growth. That's going to be really, really useful. And a few of these other ones aren't awful, and they should definitely help us. We've set up our men-at-arms. I've grabbed just another improvement to the Dunland Axemen. These guys are going to be a good shock infantry when we dive into the Attila battles, which will happen momentarily. And then we're going to save probably the rest of our money to load up on the Dunland cavalry when we get access to that men-at-arms. Haven't quite got them yet. There's going to be important to grab them for sure. And here we go. This is going to be the initial start to our story as we continue on and, yeah, look to overthrow basically the entirety of Middle-earth and become the one true power of it. The great iron fortress of Isengard has long guarded the southern flanks of the misty mountains. The great spire of Orthanc rises from its heart, keeping watch over the surrounding valleys and the fords of Isen beyond. The great tower was fashioned by builders of the lost realm of Numenor, yet it seems not to be made of the craft of men, but riven from the bones of the earth in the ancient torment of the hills. It was at the crowning of King Frelwer of Viridimark that I appeared, following the death of Helhammerham and his sons at the hands of Wolf and his Dunlingdons, who we're actually going to be trying to recruit soon enough. Hopefully, fingers crossed he joins us. I brought gifts and sang great praise of the valor of the Rohirrim, quickly earning the love of the new king. Seeking greater security against Dunland raids, the king convinced the ruling steward, Beren of Gondor, to grant me the keys to the abandoned tower of Orthanc, to act as the warden over the western borderlands and representative of the steward. And so I remain for the last 240 years. I have been biding my time, preparing. So my search for the one. Since taking residence in Isengard, I have uncovered many of its secrets, the greatest prize of all of them being the Orthanc stone, one of the 7 Palantirs of Numenor. The ancient seeing stones has been invaluable in my hunt for the one ring that I so desire, and I have learned much of the world as it was, as it is, and as it could be. Long have I sought for one ring, for only with its power could any hope to compete with the Dark Lord Sauron, and only I have the wit and power to wield it. And yet, while I have managed to keep this hidden from the White Council, my activities have not gone unnoticed by the eye in the east. Since retrieving another stone from Minas Ithil, Sauron disrupts any attempt to use a Palantir, his very essence filling my mind with an insatiable lust for power. The Palantir remains my best chance to find the One Ring, yet I doubt I can evade Sauron's notice for much longer. Yeah, cool. So what we're going to do is I must find the One Ring and bring order to Middle-earth. In the darkness of my throne room, the black cloth is lifted and I reach out towards the crystal ball and command it to show me the One Ring. It respects my power and sweeps over the site of the disaster of the Gladen Fields, which I assume the Battle of the Last Alliance was held. A vision of wild marshland appears where I have searched ceaselessly to discover the One Ring. It is not there. I search further and I am directly over Mirkwood to the Sea of Rune, where I observe the people of those lands, but someone else is watching. He has found me. I perceive the form of a great eye, lidless and wretched in flame. Within his fortress of Barad-dûr, the Dark Lord sees me. His reaching flame pierces through the Palantir and grasps me, seeking to infiltrate my mind and learn my desires. As the stone shows me Sauron's utter conquest of the east and the south, I realize that he does not yet know my search for the One Ring. I must deceive him by feigning allegiance or match his will and fight for control of the Palantir. So what we're going to do is, Sauron pledges allegiance to you. Saruman pledges his allegiance to you, Lord Sauron. That is the plan right there. We'll become the Kingdom of Isengard. We'll adopt his culture of the Fallen Astari. We'll convert to the cult of the Lidless Eye. So there are some really nice courts in this as well. Not every faction has their own court, but Theoden does. I mean, that looks beautiful, right? That looks great. And it'll be so funny as well when you have Wormtongue here. I imagine there'll be a way to throw him Wormtongue into his ear. I think it's just Gondor and Edoras that have them, or Minas Tirith and Edoras. And here we go, our first command of Sauron. Build me an army worthy of Mordor. Sauron has issued his first command, bidding me to prepare forces which will assail Gondor and Rohan from the west, while he shall do so from the east. To that end, he has dispatched some orcs in secret under the captain Grishnak to provide me with cunning minds bearing smithing and warcraft to aid me in this effort. With Grishnak too comes many of the orcs of the mountains, further but brutal types of the Dark of Moria and its caves of the Misty Mountains. There will be fitting raiders and scouts, but they will not necessarily be enough to bring the Horse Lords to heel, much less the ancient Gondorians. More shall be needed in Orthanc. I sit back biding my time and contemplating my next act, even as the goblins and orcs begin to carve out the great furnaces underground beneath the placid image of the Ring of Isengard. Long have the Dunlingdons feuded with the Rohirrim, and an army loyal wholly to myself would be wise. So we got the decision to influence the Dunlings and create your own army of orcs. We also gain 1,000 men in as basically a special army, and we also get some more decisions as well to press on. So we can now start to bend the Dunlings to our needs, and we can also start beginning to bring industry, which is nice. So I think we'll do both of these. So I think first things first, we of course start to bring industry to Isengard. There's no powerful kingdom without a powerful industry, so let's go ahead and initiate that. The Gardens of Isen, and oh my god, look at that chin! That is a chin and a half. Grishnak Muzrat High is a bloody beautiful face right there. I wander through the Gardens of Isengard in the lights of the early evening. The gardens are vast, stretching from Orthanc to the very perimeter walls forming the Ring of Isengard. Barely changed since the departure of the men of Numenor. Long have I tended its orchards and flower beds since taking residency here. And yet what has all this natural beauty brought me? Nothing but time squandered looking across the wide lawns. I now see the great potential that I was once blind to. I have sent the command to put my local subjects at disposal of the orcs sent to me by Sauron and set them to work. They toil under night, despoiling the Numenorian gardens and tearing down the trees. Grishnak approaches me with a daily update. The trees are strong, my lord. Their roots grow deep. Rip them all down. Perfect. We also can do rituals as well because we support Sauron, which is nice. So we'll go ahead and try and do one in Orthanc. And I think just simply building a larger army is going to be really good. So we are going to be trying our best to go and call the hordes. There's gonna, if it succeeds, 50-50 chance, we're gonna hopefully be going ahead and gaining 4,000 men or 1,600 men, which I think are a little bit more elite. So hopefully we gain the 4,000 men. We just need numbers basically, because that's gonna really help us. Again, we don't have the strongest infantry in the game yet. We're gonna really struggle against Rohan. We're gonna really struggle against the Dunlands, who are very aggressive infantry. We need, like, numbers to win us the day. And it succeeded. Nice. We even assembled an army. So we have now... So it was only the 1,600 soldiers. However... Oh, wow. It was an army of Haradrim? That's really good, actually. Oh, my God. That's amazing. That's probably the best thing that could have happened for us. Because these are going to translate into some of the best cavalry in the game. I don't know what the Mumakil... Yeah, I wonder if the Mumakil are going to be the baby Mumakil. Oh, this is going to be god. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Yes, this has started out perfectly. So yeah, basically, I'm not sure how the Haradrim units are mapped in Total War Atilla, but with the Serpent Guard, if that's going to be the heavy cavalry of Haradrim, that's amazing. They have some really good horses. On top of that, some Desert Javelins. They have really good skirmishers. The Haradrim Riders, probably decent infantry, heavy infantry, and then the War Mumakil. If we get Mumakil, then oh yes. And then we also have the Mordor auxiliary troops as well. The only downside is that these special soldiers are like, once they're dead, they're dead. So we have to be kind of cautious with them. So yeah, I think with that, we now probably, I mean, I kind of want this to, oh, he hates me now as well. Oh, because we'd changed religion. Yeah, do they both hate me? This guy doesn't hate me. I should have probably tried to sway him instead. It's fine. Okay, let's try and bend the Dunlings to our... I feel much stronger now that I have them on my side. So next up on the agenda is starting to bend the Dunlings to our cause. So we'll be able to go ahead and get some of the Huntsmen, the Axemen, and the Horsemen. We'll probably grab a Horseman or two, and we'll basically be able to vassalize both of the major dukedoms. So it's time to speak to him. 500 prestige. The Petty King of Dunland. Oh my god, look at that, the Lawmaster. Hey, the Petty Kings of Dunland. Here we go. Ever since the fall of Overlord Wolf, which I actually know from the lore as he was like a legendary king of Dunland. I think he killed Theoden's father, or he killed some like major king of Rohan. Did he kill Theoden's father when he rode to war with Aragorn? Was that the same battle? Let me know. I'd be interested to find out. But yeah, at the hands of King Ferling of the Riddermark, the men of the former kingdom of Dunland have been in disarray. Long fragmented into squabbling fiefdoms, its people have languished without a strong ruler, and yet the land is not without its more influential lords, with a number of styling themselves as kings of the land. If I were to lend my support to one of them, of those would-be kings in exchange for their loyalty, I could bolster my army with their forces and secure my western borders in one swoop. However, talk of negotiations with these wildmen leave a sour taste in my mouth of many around me, like Shagbag, who fervently insists that I should instead strike out and use their division against them. Okay, I think what we do is we try and maybe get this king to bend the knee. He kind of likes me. Yeah, let's do it. So let's send word to the king in the south of the Daffabar region. And let's see if we can convince him to join us. I think that's a good plan. Lies close to Isengard and should be more easily swayed by my influence. Furthermore, his lands have seen many encroachments in the past against the King of the Riddermark. That will more firmly align with what is his. Let's do it. And he says no. Oh no, he does bend the knee. Oh, perfect. He does bend the knee. In response to my overturns towards him, the Lord of the lands has sworn his allegiance to me. I will die for Saruman. Just like in the movie. May he and his people be a loyal servant. Perfect. And now, because of that, we get all this extra territory. Perfect. And we can actually start recruiting some Dunland soldiers. So we're going to want to basically save up and get some of these horsemen immediately. The sooner we get them, the better. A shortage of materials. Here we go. The orcs under my command have made quick progress in felling the ancient trees in the gardens of Isengard, and they have now begun work to delve into the very ground itself. As I gaze from my tower, I see shadowy pits forming in the earth below, like pocks in the once green landscape. My thoughts are interrupted by Orkson the Flayer. He enters my room behind me, a wary look in his face. He tells me that while work progresses well, they are beginning to run low on the supplies of timber, requiring it to support the ground underneath. As they delve deeper, I turn back to look down to Isengard, then up across the wide valleys of Nuncurin beyond. We venture beyond, then the encampment of Isengard get a little bit less money, but my orcs will take all they need from the county of Isengard, depleting some of the natural resources in the process, which is fine. It'll basically improve our industry to the max much quicker. Or we say we will seek supplies from our neighbors, spend a little bit of money, and it will take a little bit more time. And then we definitely look to the forests of Fangorn, right? Okay, let's venture beyond the walls, take all that we need. The pits of Isen, okay, it is beginning. A very face of Isengard is transformed. The smell of scented flowers and the song of birds could be heard in the ancient gardens, now replaced with the smell of sweat, smoke, and the sound of industry. My orcs have done well. Long have they toiled down in the pits of their own creation, making in their wretched homes. And as they begin to multiply underground, so too does the number of hands to further expand its depths. The majority of local population have now moved beyond the walls and into the valley beyond, driving off by the vile conditions, and yet some have stayed dwelling with the orcs, some by choice, some not. A new Isengard rises. So we gain the Workshop of Isen, reduces our levy, but improves garrison size, building time, taxes, and development growth. Amazing. And we also get the Pit of Isen, gives us more money. I mean, we're making 9 gold a tick now. That's pretty good. Now we spend all this time convincing him. So could we just holy war for his like entire land? Yeah, that's probably just what we do, right? I always don't know if I should be like actually declaring my own stuff or not, because I don't know if there's like events that will fire that I should just wait for. But I think we do this, right? Let's raise up our army. I'm interested to see what some of our units look like. Let's raise the army. Okay, the army is risen. I'm also very interested as well. Who's our best commander as well? I guess we could lead the soldiers. I just don't want to die. I mean, either way, let's get across here. There's going to be no way for me to avoid the river crossing. I mean, let's say I want to come in there. Let's wait till they're locked and then just move in. Okay, boom, here we go. So what's happened is because we've got Wolf, or like our Dunland person leading the army, the majority of the army is going to be from Dunland instead of orcs. So maybe next time I need to command the army to have more orcs. However, our amazing Corval hordes, look at the units we get. We get some Black Serpent Rangers, which are like insanely good archers. They have Vanguard deployment. Their stats are amazing. They have really good melee attack. Yeah, they do a lot of damage. Good range as well. We have Serpent Cavalry. Insane cavalry from the Haradrim. That's amazing. And we even get Mumakil as well. Unfortunately, just baby Mumakil, because Mumakil aren't properly in the mod yet. But still Mumakil nonetheless. And we get Haradrim Glaives. Oh, yes, this is going to be good. And we get units of Elder Archers. Oh, my lord. Okay, our army is straight cooking. Okay, we'll wrap around here and just get stuck in. I don't want to obviously cross the river that way. Yeah, so unfortunately that last battle crashed, which sucks, obviously, but I won't go through my army again. We're just going to try and fight this battle out really quickly again before it does. I think there's maybe like a map issue, or there's something causing a problem there. Or maybe I'm just stupid and I keep on hitting my Windows key, which causes the game to close. I don't know what one it is. Either way, this should be an easy battle, and we'll just fight it out. Yeah, they're actually going to come at me, which is fine. Like that, I guess. And then like that. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay, we're going to set up like this. Our archers should just decimate them as they close in. Archers hammer their missiles. Yeah, they're going to run across their own traps as well. Okay, here they come. Flying in. Our archers are doing some really good damage there. Perfect. Okay. Let's make sure we maximize this. Archers hit that general. You guys can rotate. I'm also really trying to avoid pressing Alt in case that, like, I just hit my Windows key. Let's push up like that on the side. You guys can just chill there. Oh, God, these Shadow Serpents absolutely demolished everything. Look at them just kill like Blood Avenger and Champion Reaver Cavalry. Let's fire into their general now as well. If you guys are in range, that'd be awesome. Yeah, these Shadow Serpents are crazy good. I mean, much like they should be, but still. Let's avoid that and then, like, just push up here. Would be great. Yeah, the Shadow Serpents literally just shot that general to death. Perfect. Okay, you guys hold fire now. You basically have done your job. Now it's just down to the infantry. The general's here to give buffs. Okay, let's get some good close-ups now as the fighting erupts. So yeah, that unit of Blood Avengers right there, or Champion Reavers, whatever they are, that's a scary unit. That's a unit we have to try and focus down with our missiles. The rest of these Dunland soldiers aren't really... No, the serpents! What the hell are you guys doing? Get out of there! Oh my god. These guys don't replenish. We can't afford to lose them. Let's focus fire there. Oh my god. Can't believe that, man. That's why you don't do close-ups? Yeah, I'm not... You're not wrong. Yeah, there you go. We've surrounded the army now. I mean, to be fair, if I didn't do a close-up, I wouldn't have known them. They were there. Are they charging me or are they routing? Are they charging me? They're charging me. Cavalry, go. Archers, shoot. Yeah, let's just charge these Blood Avengers and then let the archers kind of do their own thing. We're going to lose some cavalry here, but hopefully that's held them in place. Yeah, they routed. Boom, there you go. So yeah, I think it must have been me. I think it must have been me hitting my Windows key by mistake, and that like tabs me out, and then the game thinks it's done. That was a very good battle, though. We slaughtered the Dunland soldiers. The Shadow Black Serpents. Oh my lord. Mwah. Beautiful. The Dark Lord has blessed me with that ritual, that is for sure. Okay, well, that's our army smashed. Now we should be able to simply move in and start sieging them. I'm actually winning for today. We don't actually have any siege equipment. So it's actually also probably a very good idea to build some onagers. Right, let's get a unit of mangonels and then we'll raise them and bring them over. That'll speed up the siege like nobody's business. And all whilst this is happening as well, I'm pretty sure our boy is, yeah, just conquering more of the land as well. Perfect. And then as soon as he has most of this, we can then create his de jure kingdom and then basically bring the rest of the Dunlandons under our control. This is phase 1, right? This is phase 1 of the campaign. Conquer Dunland, bring them under our control, powerful vassal. Next is to probably push in, fight the Riddermark, and then obviously it's to assail Gondor and supporting that. The war has erupted though, so yeah, the first war has been launched and he is going for North of Philium first. Good on him. Okay, so here we go, the creation. This is where our army starts to become very, very exciting. Yeah, really exciting now. So let's do it. With a growing population of orcs making their home in their newly dug pits around Isengard, my mind has preoccupied with thoughts of these savage beasts. The orcs are ferocious race, yet they suffer from many weaknesses. They shun the light of the sun and their strength in their numbers, not in their individuality. After a long study, I believe I have found the way to create something more. A new breed of orcs who can move at speed under the sun, strong as a man, broad and tall. They shall be my fighting Uruk-hai, the army of Isengard. As the Uruk-hai grow, my thoughts turn to their arming and training. In my mind are two paths for the core infantry of my new army. The first is forming traditional orc war bands with many spears and skirmishers, swift and deadly but disadvantaged in pitched battles. They would plunder the land as they spread, terrorizing my enemy and sapping their will to fight. The latter is more expensive option to have fewer but more well-equipped swordsmen and pikes, bringing heavy armor, fit to fight pitched battles on the Great Plains on more equal footings. Okay, we have decided we're going to go for the more expensive. They shall be different from their forefathers, disciplined and well armored. Remember as well, like, we are building an army not only to conquer Rohan and defeat Gondor, but also eventually turn on Sauron. And now oh, this is so cool. We're actually designing like our army, and we're designing our men at arms which will actually apply in the Total War Atilla battles. Oh, beautiful. With a decision made on infantry core of my new army, the wheels of my mind turn to the archers. I see two options here: a well-traditional bow or crossbow. Traditional bows have their advantage. They are lighter, more compact, less liable to manufacturing problems. Trained can outpace an enemy fire, and on the other hand, they require more training. Crossbows are simple. They are easier to learn and can punch harder than traditional archers, but they can run the chance of malfunctioning and their rate of fire is slower. Yeah, I think we're going to go with crossbows then. We shall darken the skies in an onslaught of crossbow bolts. That's going to be best. They're going to be the best units we need to fight and take down. And then finally, my army's secret weapon. What happened? I don't, god damn, I don't know like what these are represented though. So sappers are a unit. And they would be really useful, but there's no siege battles, so we don't need to blow up walls. Like, again, remember, these would be really good just conquering settlements, but I feel like mangonels and stuff are more than, like, adequate for that. These would be really, really good. Oh, hold on. Let's read the message then first. My army's secret weapons. I have expanded much of my resources now, yet my mind still thinks ever more of that with which I may further supplement my forces. Long have I experimented with a fire which may be lit by command, which can carve through stone and destroy men, but the resources are rare and exotic, and if mishandled, could as easily doom my forces. I could supplement my forces with warg riders as scouts and flank in battles. Many battles in history have been decided on the swift mobility of cavalry. Lastly, there are trolls which dwell within the misty mountains, which I may draw to my cause. Enhancing, they would provide a mighty shock force indeed to lead the vanguard. So yeah, I mean, if we were playing with the next Crusader Wars update, I would definitely go sappers, because this would basically just be like a guaranteed ability to destroy walls whenever we fight a siege battle, because there are sieges in Total War the Dawnless Days and in them siege maps, and these sappers would be incredible for that. But that's unfortunately the next update for Crusader Wars. Warg Riders. Unfortunately, Warg Riders aren't in the mod yet either. They are in the next update of the Dawnless Days, so they haven't been mapped yet. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and I shall use my darkest of creations to create the ultimate war beast. Now, the question is here, these guys could also not be mapped yet in the submod to units in the Dawnless Days, because I know the Ologhai of Mordor aren't. So I don't think that these trolls will be mapped either, which means I should probably pick the sappers, because that will just allow me to siege maps way quicker. Like, it will allow me to siege castles way quicker. I think we're going to do that, and then we're going to go trolls. We need money to improve the forces of Isengard. Okay, so we need money, and then obviously we're going to be able to do this as well. Yeah, so money is our biggest issue. So I might start launching some raids. I might launch some raids soon. Oh, we can also now crown him. I want to finish this war before we crown him as the King of Dunland, though. Oh, and another event, the most loyal of Uruk-hai. We are making berserkers now. That's good. An army of fighting Uruk-hai grows. And I have noticed a number among them larger and more vicious than normal. These imposing warriors have risen above their peers, shaving their heads and filling their helmets with human blood, the very scent sending them into an unstable killing frenzy. With fearless ferocity, they charge into battle wearing nothing but a loincloth of chainmail, wielding doubtably bent swords unenamored with spikes to gut and maim any that dare to stand in their way. Seeing their raw potential, I have granted them elevated positions of prestige, branding each of them with a mark of the white hand, personally binding their vow and their loyalty to me. Nice, to get berserkers now as well. That's awesome. Okay, there you go. Boom. War with the Dunlands have been completed. We're going to go ahead and enforce our demands. It's going to give us access to all of that. King Wolf has been sent packing. And now we can go ahead and we can crown a loyal king of Dunland. Boom. The King of Dunland. Right there. Holy, that's awesome. So now we have this entire Kingdom of Dunland under our control. Our army is looking incredible. We are going to raise everybody, of course. But yeah, look at our forces now. So we have Haradrim. We have the Gate Breakers, which are Ologhai. Again, I don't know if these translate into Total War Atilla. I hope they do. We have Mordor auxiliaries, just some base reinforcements, nice nonetheless. Lots of Haradrim on top of that. We have some berserkers now, and we also have the first Uruk-hai. But more importantly, we can also now recruit soldiers as well. We can recruit all of these men, which is great. But yeah, now that we've conquered most of Dunland and we've formed the Kingdom of Dunland as well, our army is looking good. I think now is the time that we go ahead and we go into the forges of Isengard. We're starting to build our own army, an army worthy of Mordor. And yeah, let's send word to the Overseer. Right here, the hunger of steel, a hunger for steel. My legions grow in number by the day, the fighting Uruk-hai proving their worth, but now they strain my resources to a breaking point. What steel I have has been used up, and the forges of Eisen hunger for both ore and fuel to make more. Whilst we continue to look beneath the Ring of Eisen, we have come across modest deposits of iron ore. Unless I find more bounteous resources of both iron and fuel, then my army shall fight in rags. Basically, we need to find more resources, and I think that will lead us to maybe start invading the Riddermark, or maybe even going like into south, into like the marches. Yeah, basically starting to burn the Westfold, which I believe is this. So I think that's going to be probably our next objective. Recruit from the ranks. As my plan for the future of the Isengard unfolds, I need to surround myself with more loyal lieutenants. Yeah, let's definitely raise some more Uruk-hai as well, which is always good. We're getting a few more. The logging in Fangorn. The Great Forest of Fangorn is one of the last remnants of the ancient primordial forests of Middle-earth. I walked in those woods once. The trees there are many and great, and could supply my industries hunger for fuel for a great many years. However, slight though there are risks to this, it has been many years, but Fangorn himself may still walk those woods along with his leaf kin, but they are unlikely to pose much of a threat to me or to my many Uruk-hai. But here we go. The woods exist to feed the fires of industry. Decide to log Fangorn Forest regardless of the risk. Your actions will anger the Ents of the ancient forest. Any future wars with Rohan will need to be resolved within 5 years of starting, or you will risk total annihilation at their wrath. So basically, we need to win wars quickly against Rohan. Otherwise, the Forest of Fangorn rise up and cause us some issues. Okay, that sounds sensible. That sounds sensible. The woods exist to feed the fires. And I'm going to immediately reinvest that into getting some soldiers. So I definitely want some Uruk-hai infantry. Let's recruit maybe 2 legions of them. And then also we want to maybe have 1 set of pikemen as well. And here we go. Another event right here. The Forges of Eisen rise. Where once the orc made homes in wretched adults of mud and slits, it has been reborn yet again. Now steel and stone are the cornerstones of the new Isengard, where wood is but the fuel for the flames of industry. For high atop the Tower of Orthanc, I can see my vision for a future of ordealed steel and machinery playing out. The great pits of Eisen grow ever deeper with ever more legions, furrowing in the depths, awaiting the day that I, their lord and master, command them to march. And the day will come soon. We are ready to launch for war, and we just got a bunch more money as well. We've got a furnace in Isengard. So war is coming. We are going to be launching a war against the Riddermark. Probably the Westfold first, and then the Riddermark afterwards. Very soon. But guys, I think that's where we're going to wrap up the episode today. I think that was a good start to this campaign. I also don't want to rush it, and I feel like we're on the edge of going to War of Rohan. I feel like we go to War of Rohan very quickly, and I want to kind of leave that for next Wednesday's stream if we can. We're going to go, I think we then go to war with all of these guys, and then, yeah, then it's on to Rohan, and on to Gondor, and we should also be getting closer and closer to find the One Ring. So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this, you want to see more of it, please drop a like and a comment down below. It really helps out.